Well, this is a movie I had to talk about right away. Not because it was good, but because I'll probably forget as soon as I stop thinking about it. 1981's Madhouse slasher film. An Italian-American slasher film directed by Ovidio G. Assanitis, I'm guessing. What? What was the point of this movie? Julia thinks she lives alone. She doesn't. Now, this movie is also known as... What the hell was that other title? And There Was a Little Girl. In fact, the opening credits, it's called There Was a Little Girl. Also known as And When She Was Bad. Even the original cover is a lot better looking. A lot better looking than this. This looks like some $1.99 gas station DVD. Now, I was excited for this. Because when I was reading up on slasher films that I don't have, that I haven't heard of, I come across this, and it said it was on the Video Nasty list, which I'm now learning doesn't always mean shit. Some reviewers always kept saying, you know, it might not be this, it might not be that, but it's got plenty of gore, plenty of kills to keep slasher films entertained. 93 minutes, I was bored. I don't see much of a point to this movie. It's not as bad as Boogeyman. I mean, you really got to go out of your way to be that bad. I was more focused on my allergies than this. That's why I look so messed up right now. I just got sneezes that won't come out. The story to Madhouse, it opens up this weird scene with these two girls singing some lullaby or whatever, and then one girl beats a doll and there's like blood in it or something. Our main character is Julia, played by Trish Everly. She's a teacher at this school for young deaf children. It's 6 days before her birthday. Her uncle, who's a reverend, is telling her that she should go visit her sister, who she's estranged from, her twin sister. So she doesn't really want to, but she's convinced. You know, he tells her that she has some skin condition, could be fatal. She's pretty much bedridden. She goes to see her, and of course we don't see her. We just see like there's like curtains covering up half of her. She like grabs her and swears like, I'm gonna make you suffer the way I've suffered. Julia's boyfriend is a psychiatrist, and she's sort of venting to him, saying how she used to torture her. Like, she had this dog that would torment her. She was great with training him. She would always poke her with needles and blow out matches and stick her with them. And somewhere along the way, she got committed to this insane asylum. And apparently she breaks out. People start dying. There's a Rottweiler that does most of it. And it's getting closer and closer to her birthday, their birthday, that her sister Mary is not too fond of sharing. You know, we hear stories like, how could you have ruined my birthday? And she like tortures her. And every time someone gets killed, or, you know, she hears noises in her house, it's pretty much just a movie about her being paranoid. You know, she thinks she hears something in this large house she lives in. It is her boyfriend and her uncle telling her she's, you know, imagining it. It's all in her head. Until eventually the birthday finally comes. There really isn't much to this movie. I mean, the deaths, first one we see is like this guy who gets his arm attacked and throat bitten by a Rottweiler, which is kind of funny because it shows him running, and when he stops, it shows the dog coming after him. He like goes like this, and you can see the dog biting sleeve I mean, there's blood, but it's nighttime, so you can't see much. And then, there's this one kid named Sasha, this deaf kid who she's really attached to. She's considering adopting him. He's by himself at the park, throwing frisbee to this other dog. He goes to get the frisbee, and the Rottweiler's there, snarling and everything. Next shot we see is the ambulance. So they killed off a 6 or 7-year-old kid, which I get why they didn't show it, because that would have been an X rating automatically. Nowadays you can show that shit. And then, like, the handyman at her building. Again, sorry for my voice. I'm just so stuffed up. I will say, when the Japanese or Asian handyman gets killed, that was an earned jump scare. I can give it that. Sees the Rottweiler, and I do like the lighting of the house. It's a lot of, like, dangly lights and a lot of darkness. I do like the look of it. The Rottweiler's there. He makes it into a room, closes the door. He backs up to a wall, clicks a light, and then just from the bottom, it looks corny, but it was a jump scare. It got me. Mary, we see, you can tell her face is fucked up. She does this weird, like stabs him. Her boyfriend convinces one of their friends to stay the night with her. Dog kills her. That was a long death. Dog just kept ripping her up. Not really gory, just bloody. And then there's this woman that's part of their church. Because the uncle's really drilling it in her head that, families should love each other, especially sisters, since they're sisters. So, like, they're in church, and you say, like, the love between man and woman, brother and brother, sister and sister. Like, during his sermon, he's making a personal family thing, but whatever. This woman of their church, the uncle, Reverend James, goes to Julia's house the day of her birthday, or the day before, to set up for her surprise birthday party. So that woman from the church agrees to help carry this bag. So they get it down to the basement, and you find out it's a dead body. And that's when we learn Uncle James is a little fucked up. So then there's this long scene of him chasing her through the house. Not really chasing, just her just screaming, trying to find a place to hide. Picks the shittiest place to hide. Those old beds that sit way above the floor and blankets draped down. He finds her in no time. And he's always singing, like, nursery rhymes. She makes it back to her floor, because I guess it's like an apartment building. She's rocking in her chair. He's behind her. I did like the look of this kill. She's in a rocking chair. So, like, he's behind her. There's, like, a thing here that you can just see the silhouette. So you just see, like, you can see, like, this much. The rest is silhouette. I thought that looked cool. And just when everything comes to a head at the end, it was so overacted. I mean, Uncle James, the whole first part of the movie, he's just like, Julia, you're dreaming it all. It's all in your head. And then when we finally find out he's the killer, or part killer, half responsible, he's like jumping around, and he's just always like he puts a blindfold on Julia to surprise her. He's like, no peeking, no peeking, no peeking. Okay, let's go inside. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And he, like, there's one point he's even playing hopscotch with himself, and singing like, then there's a boy, then there's a girl, da 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 da. It's like, and Mary is always laughing. It's sort of lame makeup for the face, like her skin condition, and she's always just like, you can't make me well, but I can make you look pretty like me. And like, They're both just laughing nonstop. It's like, that works with the Joker. The Joker can do that. One, his laugh sounds awesome. And you buy that he's crazy. These two are just overacting to fuck. And then this scene just pissed me off because this was just stupidity. Her psychiatrist boyfriend is supposed to be at this conference or something. He has a speech on paper, a bunch of pages. He's taking a cab to the airport, I guess. He gets a flat tire. So the cab driver asks him to help. He takes his jacket off, puts it through the window of the seat, sets his speech on the roof, starts to help, and then the roof blows it everywhere. So that he has to go back home, and that's when he finds what's going on. The basement is full of all the dead bodies of people that have been killed, except for the young boy. Julia's tied up. You have Mary doing her overacting and laughing. You have Reverend James doing his, whatever the hell you call that. And when the boyfriend comes in, the Rottweiler is like coming after him. So he's holding the door shut, and the Rottweiler's like got his head through a panel of the door. And when it shows the Rottweiler's head, like on his side, you can tell it's like a dummy. The guy takes like a power drill and drills it through the dog's head. And they have like dog whimpering sounds. It looks fake as shit. The biggest pisser about it all, though, is the last kill at the end. Where Mary, I don't even remember, I was replying to comments on YouTube. Julia somehow gets a hold of a hatchet. Oh, the boyfriend had a hatchet. She hits the Reverend, then he's like up against the wall, and she is hacking away at his back. And I mean, there's flesh, there's viscera, there's bones, gory mess. I was like, that would have been nice to have through the whole movie. That could have carried me through it. But no, just that one scene. And then Mary pops out for a jump scare at the end. Yeah, he was played by Dennis Robertson, and Mary was played by Allison Biggers. Two very different looking women playing twins. And also, the tone, color-wise of this movie, like if you look at this, you would say, oh, it has kind of like a blue feeling. This movie, just like with the lights, the color of the wall, the carpets, and just, it had like this putrid green color, almost like a Saw movie. I mean, I kind of liked it. It was different. Maybe because the guy is, well, I looked him up and said he's Egyptian born, but I guess he's Italian director, so you sort of have that color visual going. But yeah, this movie was very disappointing. I mean, the whole thing, like Madhouse, full of crazy people, and all they're doing is just laughing and just being stereotypical and overacting at it. It's not a good movie. It's very disappointing. I can't really recommend it. Yeah, this movie is very poor. Honestly, in my slasher film playlist, I would put this down towards Boogeyman. But even between this and Boogeyman, there's still a huge fuck Boogeyman. Yeah, Madhouse, not that great. Pass on it if you can. But I gotta go blow my nose. I'm fucking sick of allergies. But if you stuck through me, even with sounding like this, I appreciate it a bunch. Thank you. And thank you for watching.